have seen headlines this year of life on Venus, alongside the murder hornets and the wild boar stealing a computer from a nudist. But does this mean that we finally found the school featured in Ray Bradbury's traumatic short story, All Summer in a Day? Welcome to Bad Astra.
Fine, let's get some science content.
And it's exactly what it sounds like.
Stop!
We need to talk about polyamory.
I'm secretly a black hole.
Do they finally need me to captain a starship? Yeah, honey, that makes perfect sense.
Isn't physics fun?
Further study is needed. When thinking about life on other planets in our solar system, our minds typically go to Mars, our much colder neighbor. Or maybe we look towards Europa, a moon of Jupiter with an ocean below the ice. But Venus? The hottest planet in our solar system that is known for its atmosphere filled with greenhouse gases, acid rain, and volcanoes? It's always seemed unlikely. Until recently. Astronomers found traces of phosphine gas in the atmosphere of Venus using spectroscopy, specifically looking at the absorption lines. If you want more information about how that works, please check out our video, Why is the Sky Blue? Basically, absorption lines are like gaps in the spectrum of light, which acts as a chemical's fingerprint. Astronomers matched this rainbow fingerprint found in the light coming from Venus to the corresponding gas, and boom, crime solved. But does finding phosphine gas in the atmosphere mean that there's an alien civilization that has been right under our metaphorical noses? Does this justify Space Force, aka off-brand Starfleet? Do they finally need me to captain a starship? Well, not quite. Let's talk about what phosphine is and what it means. Phosphine gas, or PH3, is a colorless gas that smells like garlic or decaying fish. It's often used as a pesticide, or in the semiconductor industry, or by Walter White to poison Emilio in Crazy 8 in the first episode of Breaking Bad. It is also incredibly dangerous because it is extremely flammable and explosive. If you inhaled it, it would cause a lot of lung damage. So don't even think about it, Science Tommy. What? Hold on. My actual astrophysicist fiance wants me to share a fun fact with you all. Okay. PH3 is found elsewhere in the solar system only in the reducing atmospheres of giant planets, where it is produced in deep atmospheric layers at high temperatures and pressures, and dredged upwards by convection. The reason you don't expect this on Venus is because the solid surface blocks the PH3 from getting out of the planet interior, and because any PH3 that does get through would be destroyed by oxidizing agents in the crust or atmosphere. Sure, yeah, honey, that makes perfect sense. Basically, phosphine can be produced in the cores of planets, but Venus is solid, so the gas should be trapped down there. Or if it escapes, rust, I guess? Phosphine gas is really only known to be produced in large quantities by decaying organic matter on Earth. Initially, scientists thought that it could have been produced by lightning, volcanoes, or meteors crashing to the volcanic surface. Unknown photochemistry or geochemistry could also be alternatives. But the problem with all of those theories is that none of those potential phosphine sources, even combined, could come close to producing the amount of phosphine we were seeing. So, what kind of organic matter could exist on a literal hellscape and horrifying glimpse into what Earth could look like if we don't address climate change? Does it warrant a diplomatic mission from my crew? Or will it violate the Prime Directive? The most likely possibility is microbial life, like algae, fungi, or bacteria. Vaguely remember prokaryotes and eukaryotes and cell models from biology? We're not even talking about multicellular life yet. However, the first life to develop on Earth was microbial life. So if there are microbes on Venus, they could theoretically evolve into intelligent life if all the circumstances are met, right? Maybe. The surface of Venus is pretty unlivable because, volcanoes and acid rain. So, more likely, these possible microbes are living in the atmosphere, where temperatures are more temperate and less on fire all the time. Microbes living in clouds is something we've observed on Earth, and even Carl Sagan and Harold Morowitz brought up microbial life in the clouds of Venus as a possibility all the way back in 1967. So, if there is life on Venus, it's most likely microbes in the clouds, and not intelligent enough to justify off-brand Starfleet, or a starship for me to captain. So, is there life on Venus? It's a solid and definite maybe. There's nothing conclusive yet, but, as all academic papers must end, further study is needed. Astra out.